Out of the meeting is once we get enough regular showings at the Zoom meeting or back at the other meeting, I'm going to bring in
Okay.
out of group speakers. And I've got some people across the country who've agreed to do it and talk on different
Uh-huh.
topics. Normally it's a 15-minute to a half hour, 15-minute to a half hour open chat. And then we get to a half hour, 45 minutes presentation. Then we go back to open chat. And very often we're looking at having people bring their deals, bring their questions, bring their problems to the group. And so, it's except for the speaker. The speaker is usually going to be an inspector or a lawyer or an accountant or somebody talking about
Okay.
something relevant to to investors. What we are doing tonight, and we'll see if anybody shows up, but tonight's meeting is about how to get high cap rate returns from rental properties in Scranton. We have some out of area investors who don't really understand or believe that it can actually be done. And then Thursday night we have a meeting to introduce people to some new web technologies that we're doing. REI Post and RECN, which I'm going to cover a little bit tonight as well. And then starting next week, every other week, we're going to do our regular meeting. And the point is to bring investors together and get some networking going, get some regional knowledge base going, and kind of help people understand, more about the Northeastern PA market and why it's one of the few in the country that you can make such absurdly high returns. I mean, most parts of the country are looking at 3, 4, 5%, and I'm hardly buying anything under 15.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what our group is. And unlike the group that meets the last, or used to meet, I don't know if they're ever going back to it, the last day of the month, their focus is heavily investor based, meaning, or landlord based rather. They haven't really moved off the landlord dime too much over the last 5 or 6 years. They keep talking about doing it, they haven't been. And so we're sort of the everything, including landlording. We obviously, landlord is a big part of anybody in this market.
So you said that you mostly, so most of these people who are coming together are investors, or I didn't really get that.
Everyone, I mean, obviously, everyone that comes to our meeting either is an investor or wants to be an investor, or something like that. The other
Okay.
group tends to attract more landlords. We tend to attract more of everybody. We've got some flippers, we've got some landlords, we've got some this, we've got some that.
There's another group that meets regularly but attracts landlords. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They of course they don't meet at all during the summer, and they haven't met since February. The last one of their meetings I attended was February.
Who conducts those meetings?
That's the Wyoming Valley Real Estate Investor Association,
Oh, okay.
WREIA.
Okay.
And I'm a member with that group, but I don't
Is it
go.
Luke? Is it Luke Medico who does that?
Luke's part of that group, yeah.
Luke's
Yeah.
part of that group, right? I think I
Yeah.
was invited to one of their
Yeah.
groups.
I mean,
once.
Luke's actually part of both groups. I don't know if he's on the board over there or whatever.
Okay.
I've been toying with the idea of starting a board for this group. I mean, truthfully, there are 7 networking groups in this area, which is absurd. We don't need 7.
No.
We're big enough for 1, maybe 2.
Are they all like promoting multifamily, or like different people doing different things?
They're all doing different things, and honestly, I haven't paid attention to some of the other ones. Like, I started by going to REIA, WVREIA, and then I started mine because that one's just was at the time too landlord centric.
Okay.
And the other ones I'm going to go because I have to pitch my other products.
Sure.
I'm not really looking to go because I'm also the developer and owner of RECN.US, which is the real estate community network.
Okay.
And we are basically like Bigger Pockets. We're an online social network, but
Okay.
our focus is regional. Like when I come to it, you'll see it sniffs me out and it puts me in Pennsylvania. And this is where we have forums, we have chat rooms. Everybody gets a free membership. You can have your own little website, kind of thing. And we're just getting it started. It's kind of a storefront with no content.
Okay.
But at the same time, what we're really aiming at having forums that are locally based. If you ask a question on a Bigger Pockets forum, great, you get
Mhm.
an answer from Texas, an answer from Nevada, an answer from California, an answer from Pennsylvania. You can't really control where the answers are coming from.
Sure.
And that can actually be dangerous because you're getting answers that don't apply to your state law.
Mhm.
Whereas with RECN, you'll be able to say, I want to look at the forum from that state, and you'll be able to
Right.
get that answer. And it'll allow these groups, which Bigger Pockets doesn't do, the groups can't get free websites. I'm also the developer of another project called REI Post, which is
And
the
what?
online, basically Craigslist for investors. Again, another project we're just starting, but
Okay.
Zoom always slows down my reaction times. I don't know why. We're just starting, but this is where you can post absolutely anything you've got. You can post your mentorship, your funding, your education, your commercial, your contractor, your networking, your deals, your things you want to buy, whatever. And like, I put all of my listings, all the properties I have are always up on my free REI Post storefront.
I
So
see.
people can come here and they can post their deals. You're
very
and
entrepreneurial. I love it.
And then we also have another one that we're launching, Hunting for Homes, where people can basically buy regions of the country. And no, that's not what I asked you to bring up. Now it's working on it. There it is. And this gives investors their own squeeze page nearly for free. I also do charge for some squeeze pages. But what this does is, depending on how involved you want to be in the deal, you can make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 80, 90, 100% of the deal. All you have to do is get a seller to fill out the name and address form. And if the deal closes, we give you 10%. The more involved you are, the more you can make. But this lets a beginning investor know that an experienced investor is going to handle the deal. It's going to walk them through the deal.
Is this like wholesaling?
This is aimed at wholesalers. It's primarily a wholesaling service site, but really it's for anybody that wants to run down deals. And if you are an investor and you want to run down your own deals, then you can make more by using Hunting for Homes as your front end. You make more by doing more of the work. If what we're aimed
Explain
at
this to me a little more.
Okay, so the logic with Hunting for Homes is that you can choose what markets you want to work in, and you promote your Hunting for Homes web address. And if you send us a lead in any of those markets, one of several things will happen. If all you want to do is you just want to go out there and find owners' names and addresses and information, throw it over the transom, and we'll take care of it. You never touch the deal again. You make 10%.
Just for providing the lead.
Just for providing the lead. If you want your own little, if you want to reserve an area and say, okay, Western PA, that's my region, this county in Western PA or these counties or whatever, that's my region. You'll pay a small monthly fee. We'll still manage the deal with you, but you'll be the primary operator on it, and you'll make a third of the money. If you want to,
what you do is advertise it on.
Well, our primary service, what you're paying for when you're paying the monthly fee, is the ability to use our customer relations management software to manage your deal. And what you're paying for is the ability for us to help you get your deal done using our 50 years of experience in the business. And combined, obviously, linearly, it's only about 25, but and we will make sure the deal is done right, it is handled properly. We aren't generating the lead for you. we're helping you turn that lead into some kind of a deal, whether you're going to be the buyer, you're going to sell the lead to somebody, you're going to list it as a realtor, whatever. And we have several packages lined up where the more involved you want to be, the less you want us to do, the more you'll make, the less we'll make. And but primarily what you're getting is experienced team, credibility, because well, how many deals have you guys done? Well, we've done 2,000 in the last 5 years. Oh, okay, I guess you kind of know what you're doing then. You get the national brand name and you get the technology of the customer relations management software. Our software is pretty powerful. We can do a lot of different processes or project types for you. The most important one is keeping your deals organized in a pipeline, meaning we have fresh, no contact, first contact, initial questionnaires, web research, run the numbers, seller interviews. So all of your deals get dropped into these. Oh, you're back?
I'm sorry, Steve.
That's okay. So our customer relations management software gives you a pipeline to track where exactly your deals are at. Like this particular person has a lot of things in the very early stage and a lot of things that are just getting ready to close. We give you the calculators, we give you the software, we give you all the technology we can give you, basically. And you carry you carry the deal right on through to fruition. We can do marketing things like forums and campaigns and direct email and trigger links and form builders. This is all built into the Hunting for Homes technology. We can handle reputation management. We can handle contact tracking, funnels, triggers. So basically what you're getting with Hunting for Homes is you're getting a complete access to everything everything you'll need to run your business effectively. So really, and these are all things that we have that support the investors network. They're not necessarily regional to NEPA, but they support the investors. The last thing we have is the Real Estate Investor Army, which is really basically my training course, where I will help people get their stuff together, help people get their businesses off the ground. That is and of course I also offer training courses, but basically that's pretty much where we're at. So all of these are things that I'm doing which kind of go along with and support the investors network. They're not necessarily the investors network. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so now tell me a little bit about where you're coming from.
I mean, as you would probably know, I help people buy, sell, invest.
Yep.
I have a real estate license. I think we've closed 1 or 2 deals together too.
Yep. See, it's only coming up as Jasmine. It's not coming up with the full name for me. Okay, now I understand.
Now you know who I am.
Yeah. And okay, cool. Yeah, and do you work mostly with investors, or what's your
both. And
Both,
so
okay.
I have obviously I have repeat and referral business, and then I invest myself.
Okay.
So I'm always looking for different avenues
Yep.
to diversify my portfolio and possibly increase more avenues of passive income.
Yep.
And, again, um, I think knowledge is power. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. The less
Yep.
you know, So I I've been I've been meaning to connect and kind of understand what is it that you do, possibly. Um, if you have something that I need to look at, or maybe if I have something that I could bring forward, or
Yeah.
I don't know, a coalition of some sort where I can offer any of my services, or.